Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my Euro 2024 predictions. The Euros start a week from today on Friday the 14th. And today, like I said, I'm going to be predicting the whole tournament in this video. The group stages, the knockout rounds, the final in Munich, who's going to win that. It's going to be really, really fun. I cannot wait to watch the Euros, man. I'm so hyped. I love international football. For all my CONCACAF and CONMEBOL fans watching this, I'm going to be dropping the Copa America prediction video sometime next week because that tournament does start later. So I wanted to hold it off. But yeah, man, I'm so hyped for the Copa America. I'm more hyped for the Copa America because obviously it's my roots. I love the Copa America. It's actually my favorite tournament in sports more than the World Cup. I love that tournament so much. So yeah, be on the lookout for that next week on the channel. And yeah, man, this should be really, really fun. Whatever you guys agree or disagree with, please let me know in the comments section down below. And without further ado, let's start predicting the Euros in 2024. All right, so we're here on the Telegraph website. They have this super dope Euro predictor thing. So of course, we're going to be using this. And starting off, obviously, with Group A that consists of the host nation in Germany, you have Scotland, you have Hungary, and you have Switzerland. For me, of course, Germany's going to finish first in this group. I think I'd be shocked if Germany don't finish first, actually. And I'd be shocked if they don't go unbeaten in this group. Germany, in my opinion, should finish with 9 points out of 9 in this group because they're by far the best team here, both on paper and just as a whole. So for me, Germany's going to finish first. I think they have this really good combination of youth, but also experience that's going to help them a lot in this tournament. Of course, being the host nation and playing at home is always obviously a huge benefit when it comes to international football. I love their manager, Julian Nagelsmann. They've obviously they beat the Netherlands, they beat France a couple months back in that international break in March. So they're on good form, man. I think their midfield option is are obviously insane. You have Toni Kroos, you have Okay Gundogan, you have Florian Wirtz, you have Pavlovic, you have Pascal Gross, you have Leroy Sané, you have Jamal Musiala. They have an embarrassment of riches in that midfield. Obviously, Toni Kroos coming out of retirement actually for this from international football to play in this tournament. He's never won the Euros before. Obviously, won the World Cup, but never the Euros. And Toni Kroos is coming off probably the best season of his career, and this is going to be his last games as a footballer. So he's obviously going to be motivated. I think the team as a whole is going to be motivated to win it for Toni Kroos. I think Okay Gundogan coming off obviously an amazing season at Barcelona. He's going to be great for them. You have Pavlovic who can come off the bench. Like I said, I mean their midfield options are insane. In the back line, you obviously have Joshua Kimmich who can play right back. You have Rudiger who's coming off a great season. You have Schlotterbeck who's coming off a really good season with obviously Dortmund. The fact that Hummels wasn't called up is to me blasphemous. It's insane, but whatever. I mean, that's Julian Nagelsmann and whatever he did. I don't know why he decided to do that, but anyway. Then you have Manuel Neuer in goal, who isn't the same Neuer as before, but we saw against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu, like he could still turn up and he could still be one of the best goalkeepers in the world on his day. The front line kind of scares me a little bit because obviously, who are you going to play up top? Are you going to play Muller? Are you going to play Havertz? I would play Kai Havertz. I don't think there's a question about that. I think Muller can be a good option coming off the bench. But Kai Havertz, we saw the latter months with Arsenal, he can actually do a job for you and he can score a lot of goals. But again, if they had like a better striker, I'd be a lot more confident in this Germany team, but I'm really confident in this Germany team. I think they're gonna do really. Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. I think they're gonna do really well in this tournament. So for that reason, I'm putting them first, of course. And like I said, they should go unbeaten. Second place for me is it's gonna be Switzerland. Switzerland have a good team. Obviously not a great team. They don't have like these like star-studded players, but they have a good team. In Switzerland, my whole life, my thinking with this is the following. I don't have some insane analysis to give you for Switzerland, but my whole life, they always get out of the group. Every single time. I mean, I don't remember a tournament where Switzerland didn't get out of the group. Every single time they get out of the group. Now, when they get to the knockout rounds, it doesn't really go well for them, but still, they always get out of the group. And they still have Ricardo Rodriguez, they still have Shaqiri, they still have like some of those core pieces. They obviously have Granit Xhaka. So for me, I'm going to put Switzerland in second. I think they're going to finish second in that group. Third for me is going to be Hungary, and then fourth is obviously going to be Scotland. Full disclosure, guys, I'm a football fanatic. I love the sport. I'm not watching Hungary or Scotland games. I'm sorry, if you're from Hungary or Scotland, I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not sitting down analyzing film from Hungary and Scotland. I know Hungary have Szoboszlai, who's obviously an amazing player, but he's not going to carry a whole team, and their team on paper as a whole just isn't great. And Scotland, there's just to me, it's one of the worst teams in the tournament. So for that reason, they're going to finish fourth. But yeah, to me, this is how Group A is going to shape off. Next up, we have Group B, the group of death that has Spain, Croatia, Italy, and obviously Albania. Albania went undefeated in qualifying. They went undefeated in qualifying. They're actually like a dark horse for this tournament. But I'm sorry, Albania. You're gonna finish fourth for me. I'm just not convinced with Albania. I just don't think they can get out of this group at all. I don't think they can finish third because you have obviously three heavyweights when it comes to European football, or just world football, international football, obviously in front of you. For me in this group, look, man, Spain have a really, really good squad. I think they have a really, really good team. They didn't call up Pau Cubarsí. He wasn't on the official squad, which kind of pisses me off, but still. Their team is really, really good, especially that midfield. Like I said, you have Rodri, you have Pedri, you have Dani Olmo. The front line, you can play Nico Williams, you can play Morata, you can play Lamine Yamal. The back line, obviously, you have some good players there as well. Unai Simon in goal, who's a really, really good goalkeeper. I think Spain should, and I like Luis de la Fuente as a coach. I think he's a really, really good coach. I think Spain's going to finish first in this group, honestly. I think Spain's going to finish first. I think they have a really good team, and I think that they can find a way to finish first in this group. The second place is going to be tough for me because Croatia are, they've become, over the past few years, they've been better, obviously, internationally than Italy. Obviously, Italy won a Euro. They're the defending champions, but still, Croatia making the World Cup final in 2018, making the semifinal in 2022. They've been kind of like this powerhouse in European and football, international football, for the past maybe half a decade or longer than that. So it's kind of hard for me to put Croatia in third because they still have the likes of Vardio, you still have Luka Modric, you still have those good players that can obviously, on any given day, win you a game. And Italy fell off, man. I mean, the Italy fall off is crazy. Obviously, like I said, the defending champions, but this Italy team is much different than it was in 2021 when they won that game in Wembley against England. Now, they still have some good players. Their back line is really, really good. Obviously, they have the Inter back line, if you want to use that. Di Marco, Acerbi, and Bastoni, who are all fantastic. You have Calafiori, you have Cambiaso, who are all really, really good. You have Donnarumma in goal. I think you should start Vicario in goal, personally. I think he had a better season at Spurs, but Donnarumma, he's going to get the start because he's the captain, and I think, on his day, he could be obviously better than Vicario. And then in the midfield, you still have Nicola Barella, of course, who's a really, really good player. The front line, you have Federico Chiesa. They don't have Udogi, who I think they're going to miss. He's going to be injured for this tournament. But, you're still calling up El Shaarawy in 2024 for a Euros. That's, to me, that kind of puts me off. I don't know about that. I'm just not a fan of that at all. Because El Shaarawy has been washed, in my opinion, for years now. And the fact that he's still getting a call up for this Italy team is crazy. But for me, I think Italy, and I like their coach in Spalletti, I think they have enough talent, more than Croatia, to get out of the group. I think they're going to finish second, and I think Croatia is going to finish, I think Croatia is going to finish third. And I think in this group, the third place is going to be really, really hard to get, it's going to be hard to find a team that qualifies for the third place, obviously the third place ranking, to go to the next round, because these teams are going to be knocking off points. They're going to be knocking points off each other a lot. So I think Spain might win this group with 5 points. Honestly, I think they might win this group. I think the winner of this group might win it with 5 points because, again, like I said, it's a very, very tough group. But yeah, for me, I think I'd have Spain in first, Italy in second, I'd have Croatia third, and sorry Albania fans, I know you went undefeated in qualifying, but for me, you're the worst team here, you're going to finish fourth. Next up, we have Group C that consists of Slovenia, we have Denmark, we have Serbia, and we have England. For me, obviously, England's going to finish first in this group. They're, to me, one of the favorites for this tournament. On paper, they have a really, really good team, one of the best squads in the world, in my opinion. England's insane. I mean, they're the only thing that you could kind of pick out their squad is their center back partnership, because obviously we know Maguire's not going to be in the squad because he's injured. But the rest of their team is insane. I mean, their attacking options are crazy. Their attacking options are insane. The fact that a guy like Marcus Rashford wasn't called out for this England team, and Jack Grealish got sent home, and James Maddison got sent home, so tell you the amount they're spoiled in that team, especially midfield forward. Obviously, you have the likes of Harry Kane, you have Ollie Watkins, who both had amazing seasons at their respective clubs, Bayern Munich and obviously Aston Villa. You have Phil Foden, who's amazing. You have Jude Bellingham, who's amazing. You have Kobe Mainoo, who's amazing. You have, Declan Rice, who's fucking amazing. You have Trent. You have all these different players. You have Kyle Walker. I mean, you have a great team. And we know how good this England team is. I'm probably missing some names as well, but you guys know. I mean, this team, you have Bukayo Saka. This team is spoiled. So for me, England's gonna finish first. They should like Germany, like I said, they should win this group with 9 points. With 9 points, they should win this group. They should if England lose a single game here, I'm gonna be really worried about their chances to win this whole tournament, because like I said, they should be flying through this group. It shouldn't even be a contest, in my opinion. Second place for me. Look, Serbia has the names. They have Milinkovic, Savic, they have those guys up top, and Mitrovic, and they also have Vlahovic, who you can play up top. I think Serbia is a good team. I like what I saw from them at the World Cup in Qatar, even though I don't think they got out of the group, but I still like what I saw from them. Denmark and Slovenia, sorry, I can't tell you much about. So for me, again, maybe my ignorance, I'm going to put Serbia in second. I'm going to put Denmark in third. I'm going to put Slovenia in fourth, because again, like I said, I'm not too educated on those teams. I know Denmark obviously have some decent players, but still, I would put Serbia in second. I put Denmark in third, and I put Slovenia in fourth. Next up is Group D that consists of the Netherlands, Austria, France, and Poland. This one to me is going to be pretty self-explanatory. France is going to finish first. I think they're the best team in this whole tournament. They have the best player in the world, of course, in Mbappe. You have Antoine Griezmann. You have Jules Koundé. You have Saliba. You have Upamecano. You have Konate. You have, oh my God, this team is insane. It's stacked. We know how good this France team is. I don't have to wax poetic about it. You still have Rabiot. You still have Kante, who always show up in international football. This team is crazy. It's crazy. They're going to finish first, in my opinion. And then second for me is going to be the Netherlands. I think they have a really good team. Now, do I think they have the best team, one of the best teams in the tournament? No, but I think it's definitely in the top 7, top 8. Obviously, you have the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Van de Ven, who are as good a center back partnership as you will find in world football. Van de Ven had a great year, obviously, with Spurs, and Van Dijk is still one of the best in the world, in my opinion. You have Jeremy Frimpong, who's amazing. You have Dumfries, who's amazing. I mean, their their defense is really, really good. I really like their defense. I think they have a lot of balance and quality in that back line, depending on like whoever Coleman wants to play. You still have Frankie de Jong, obviously, in the front line. I mean, Memphis Depay, you know, the front line is kind of like, who do you play there? You know what I mean? But their midfield is decent, but I don't know. I don't trust their front line that much. I don't trust their striker. I don't trust their, like, who's gonna be the guy to bag in the goals for the Netherlands? I really don't know. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him second. And also because France is, like I said, to me, the best team in this whole tournament. Do I think they're gonna win it? No, I'm not gonna spoil it yet. But I do think that France, like when it comes to on paper, they have the best squad. Second for me is gonna go to Poland, just because Lewandowski, and I want to see him maybe get far in this tournament. Maybe they got out of the third place qualifying, but I don't know. Again, I can't speak much about Poland and Austria because I don't watch those teams that much. But for me, if I have to pick how this group shapes out, I think this is pretty good. Next up is Group E, that consists of Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and obviously Ukraine. For me in this group, Belgium should finish first. Belgium should finish first. I think Belgium have a decent team. Obviously, you have Jeremy Doku, you have Kevin De Bruyne, you have Romelu Lukaku, who actually is really important for that Belgium team. Their back line is shaky. I think Courtois might play in the Euros, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he might play because obviously he played maybe he's resting for the Euros. I don't know, but anyway, with Courtois or not, that back line is just not great. You still have Vertonghen playing in that team, who's obviously not great anymore. I think as a whole, Belgium have a decent team, but again, who's going to finish above them? There should be no team here that finishes above them. When you have Jeremy Doku, when you have the likes of Jeremy Doku, when you have the likes of Yuri Tillmans, when you have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, you should not have any team here finishing above you. Belgium should finish first in this group. And again, if I don't know if they'll do noise in the knockout rounds. We'll obviously find out very shortly here when I do my prediction for that. But in the group, they should 100% finish first. For me, second. I mean, Romania did go undefeated in their qualifying group, so that's obviously something. Again, Ukraine and Slovakia. I'm sorry if you're from that country. Maybe I should have prepared more for this video, but honestly, I can't be asked. But these teams are just kind of like, they're just like, it's the Euros, man. You know, you're gonna have some teams that are just not great that qualify for the tournament, of course. So for me, I'm gonna put Romania in second because, again, like I said, they went unbeaten in their qualifying group, and I think they have some decent players. And then, you know, we're gonna have Ukraine finishing third because, you know, they're just to give them some props. They're going through a tough time right now. And then we're gonna put Slovakia in fourth. And then finally, we have Group F that consists of Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, and the Czech Republic. This group, to me, Portugal should finish first, and like I said with England, like I said with Germany, they should finish with 9 points. Portugal has no business to not finish with 9 points out of this group. They have a really, really good team, and this Portugal team is stacked from top to bottom. Their defense is really good. Their midfield is really good. Their attack is really good. Obviously, you have Ronaldo, who's coming off a really good year in the Saudi league. I think he should start. Obviously, I don't buy this whole Gonzalo Ramos thing. I think Ronaldo, if he doesn't play well, obviously bring in Gonzalo Ramos, but you got to give him, obviously, you got to respect the guy and put him as a starter for that team. Obviously, you have Bernardo Silva. You have Joao Felix. You have the likes of Nuno Mendes. You have the likes of Joao Cancelo. You have the likes of Ruben Diaz. You have the likes of Pepe. If he's still going to start for that team. This team is really, really good. Danilo Pereira, of course, is also Portuguese. So the team is good. I mean, we know Portugal on paper for the last few years have had one of the best squads in the world. The problem with them is, you know, they haven't really been able to get over the hump in these international tournaments. Obviously, as we know, got knocked out in the round of 16, or like the first round of the Euros in 2021. Got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the World Cup against Morocco. But I think this tournament, they can make some noise, man. I think they can make some noise. It comes down to the goal scorer. I think if Ronaldo can come up huge for them and he can actually deliver and score a lot of goals, and he can, you know, people are saying that, like, in my opinion, if Ronaldo ends up as a top goal scorer of the Euros, which people are predicting, I think Portugal will win it. I think that's how good of a team they have, honestly. And I think that if you can give service to your target man and Ronaldo, and he can do what he's been doing in the Saudi League in the Euros, they can 100% win the whole thing. Because again, like I said, the team around him is really, really good. Ruben Neves, of course, is also part of this team. But to me, yeah, I think Portugal is going to finish first. Turkey finished first in the group, in qualifying, and that group also had Croatia. So for me, Turkey is going to finish second, and then Georgia and Czech Republic. You're going to get the Ukraine and Slovakia treatment. You're going to get the Poland and Austria treatment. I'm sorry. I'm going to put, I don't know, who do I pick? Eeny, meeny, miny. I'm going to put Czech Republic in third. I'll put Georgia in fourth because, again, Georgia, I don't think they have that good of a team, and I think Czech Republic is going to finish above them. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction for the group stages. Now let's get into the third place qualifying. What teams I think are going to get out of that one. In third place in the qualifying, I think, for me, here's the thing. I think Hungary will get third place qualifying. I think Croatia, I don't know about that, again, because I think that they're gonna, it's gonna be tough to get out of that group in third place because they're gonna knock a lot of points off each other. I don't know if they're gonna have the point tally to get out as a third place team, but I think Hungary will get out. I think Denmark will get out. I think Poland will get out. And my last team that's gonna get out, I'll give it to Croatia. I mean, maybe they can make it happen, but again, I don't know. I don't know if they can do it because, again, like I said, I think those teams in that group are gonna it's gonna be too competitive. All right, guys, change of plans. We have to move over to the FootMob website because the fuckers over at Telegram wanted me to pay to complete my predictions, and that is not happening. So we're doing it here on FootMob. It's the same. Like I filled out the things the same way, like the same group winners and the same third place. It's the same thing. So we're just doing it over here on FootMob. So again, change of plans. But anyway, keeping up with the predictions, knockout rounds now. You have Spain versus Hungary. That team is going to go to Spain. I think they are just a better team. I think they're going to win that game. Then we have Germany versus Serbia. Germany's going to win that game. Portugal or Denmark. Portugal's going to win that game. Netherlands or Romania. I think the Netherlands will win that game. Then we have Belgium or Croatia. If this game does happen, I would pick Croatia to win this game. I think Croatia, just when it comes to international football, they have a different pedigree than Belgium. I think they would win that game. Then we have France or Turkey. I mean, upsets obviously happen at the Euros, but this is not going to be one of them. I think France will take care of Turkey. Then we have England or Poland. England has to win that game. And then finally, Switzerland or Italy. Ah, man. Oh, my God. I would, if this game, you know, just to not keep it super safe and just pick all the favorites, because obviously that never happens in international tournaments. There's always parity involved. I'm going to pick Switzerland. I think Switzerland, if they play Italy, they will knock them out of the Euros in the knockout rounds. So that's going to be our prediction for who goes through to the quarterfinals. We have Spain, Germany, Portugal, Netherlands, Croatia, France, England, and Switzerland. And now we have the quarterfinals, and this is where it gets juicy, man. Spain or Germany? Ah, man. The rematch of the Euro final in 08 where Fernando Torres scored that goal. The rematch of the 2010 World Cup semifinal. Obviously, that Puyol scored that goal. Spain has bested them a couple times in international football, man. Germany's got to be pissed. Obviously, that was with their golden generation. But still, Germany had a golden generation at that time, too. But Spain was just a level above. If this game does happen, you have Pedri versus Gundogan. Ah, my God. I love them both so much. Who do I pick? Who do I pick here? I think Spain have a really, really good team. But I think Germany, when it comes to their ability to maybe dominate a midfield, again, Spain does have Rodri and Pedri, but that Germany midfield has just these veterans and these class players, and they also have a lot of speed on the outside. And I think Spain's backline can be exposed. So for me, I'm going to pick Germany in this game. I think they would go on to the semifinals. Then we have Portugal or the Netherlands. Again, both of these teams, their striker, like I don't think Portugal's striker concerns me because I think Ronaldo's going to do well at this tournament. The Netherlands, they do, and Portugal has a really, really good and sound defense, but so do the Netherlands, man. The Netherlands, like I said, have as good a back line as you'll find in this tournament, man. Frimpong, Dumfries, Van de Ven, and obviously, like I said, Virgil van Dijk. This would be a really, really good matchup. I would be super hyped to see this matchup. I hope it happens. If it does happen, I will take Portugal, though, to win this game because I think they just have more individual quality, more individual match winners than the Netherlands do. So I would pick them to win that game. Then we have Croatia and France. I'm sorry, Croatia. I would love to see Luka Modric maybe win an international tournament before his career's over, but you cannot beat France. They're the best team in this tournament, in my opinion, and they're going to win that game. And then we have England or Switzerland. England should win this. They should win this game. They should win this game. They should beat Switzerland. I don't care if it's played in Mars or in the moon or wherever the fuck it's played. If England plays Switzerland, they should comfortably win this game, in my opinion. So for me, these are going to be the teams that go on to the semifinal of the Euros. Germany, Portugal, France, and England. If that's actually the semifinal, that would be must-see TV. And here we have the semifinal. Semifinal 1 will be Germany or Portugal. Wow, oh wow, this would be a match for the ages, man. This would be an insanely good game. The host nation, Germany, playing Portugal. Oh my God, what would this game be? What would this game be? I would look, man. I have a lot of faith in Germany. I love their coach. I think Roberto Martinez is a decent coach, but I don't think he's as good as Julian Nagelsmann. And like I said, I think this Germany team just has something about them that I really, really like. And I just think that I think they would beat this Portugal team. And again, playing at home matters in these international tournaments. You're going to be in stadiums. Obviously, Portugal are going to have fans there, but Germany are playing in their home country, the host nation. Germany, obviously, last time they played they obviously hosted a tournament, the World Cup in 06. They got knocked out in the semifinals by Italy in extra time. Obviously, that iconic game. But this time, I think they're going to go through to the final in Munich, and I think they're going to beat Portugal. And then we have France or England. This would be my ideal final. Honestly, France and England, I think they're the two best teams in this tournament on paper. This is a rematch, obviously, of the World Cup quarterfinals in 2022 in Qatar, where France got the better of England with that 2-1 win after Harry Kane missed that penalty and Tchouaméni and obviously Giroud scored those goals. This is insane, bro. I don't know who I would pick here. I'm honestly, like, I'm doing this right now. I don't know who I would pick here. I think France on paper have a great team, but so do England, man. I mean, I'm kind of stating the obvious, but these two teams on paper are as good as they come. I think obviously France have the advantage of having the best individual match winner in the world, in my opinion, in Kylian Mbappe, who's the best player in the world, to me. But obviously, on the other side, you do have guys like Phil Foden, you do have guys like Bukayo Saka, you do have guys like Harry Kane, you do have guys like Jude Bellingham, who are all coming off insane seasons and, who are just as good, not as good, but they're like they can see eye to eye in a way with Mbappe, especially guys like Bellingham and Foden, in my opinion, who are two of the best in the world. I think when it comes to the midfield, I think England have a better midfield, a more balanced midfield, because obviously in France you're playing guys like Rabiot and Kante, who are a little bit older and not quite as good. But Rabiot and Kante, every time they play, like especially Rabiot, every time he plays for France, he finds a way to be elite, in my opinion. The back line, I would give it to France because their center back options are insane. I think Hernandez is a little bit overrated as a fullback, but he's a good player still. But this is going to come down to me to coaching and what coach I trust more not to fuck up. And if I'm picking between Didier Deschamps and Gareth Southgate, you better believe every single day of the week I'm picking the World Cup winning manager in Didier Deschamps, who's not a perfect manager by any means, but he's a better manager than Gareth Southgate will ever be. So for that reason, I'm going to pick France to go on to the Euro final. I think France is going to go on to the final, and they're going to face off against Germany. And then we have the final here, which will take place in Munich. This will be a final for the ages. This is a rematch of the semifinal back in 2016, where France got the better of Germany in that game that obviously was in their home country, and now they're playing in Germany. This to me, look, man, again, Germany have the benefit of being the host nation, and their back line is really, really good. Like I said, Schlotterbeck, Rudiger, Neuer in goal. But France's front line, like I said, there's that one guy, man, who you cannot bet against when it comes to international football. Again, Mbappe at the Euros is not as good as he is at the World Cup. He's only played one Euro actually in his career. But still, he is the guy when it comes to international football, especially in Europe. In South America and in America, it's Messi. When it comes to Europe, it's Kylian Mbappe, who we've seen he can take over games. And for me, I think that Germany's run is not going to be a Cinderella run. Toni Kroos is not going to win the Euros in his final game. I think it's going to go to Kylian Mbappe, and I think it's going to go to France, who, like I said from the start, is the best team. I don't know what this is. I don't know what. I thought it was going to show like some cool graphic of like France winning. They want me to sign up. I'm not signing up. Again, like I said, I think France and Kylian Mbappe have the best team in this tournament. I trust their coach, and they have that experience when it comes to international football that no other team in Europe has had, especially over the last couple of years, winning the World Cup in 2018, making the World Cup final, and losing on penalties in 2022. And like I said, that experience in international football, because it's different than tournament football, especially at the international level, relies a lot on individual quality, not so much a system. And when you have that guy in Mbappe, I think you can overpower most teams. So for me, I think France is going to win the Euros in 2022 in Germany. But that, guys, is the end of my prediction video. Again, I'm sorry to all my Slovenia and Poland fans and Czech Republic fans and Georgia fans for not putting more respect on your team. I apologize for that. But again, I'm not going to sit here and just pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I don't watch those teams that much. Obviously, I try to watch as much football as possible, but if I have to pick between watching France and Georgia, no disrespect, but I'm picking France. If I have to pick between watching the Netherlands and Czech Republic, no disrespect, but I'm picking the Netherlands, and as I'm sure most of you guys do too if you're not from those countries. So yeah, I apologize for that. But again, I think this video was pretty fun overall. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be dropping my Copa America predictions video sometime next week, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for the support, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.